Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm going to be reacting why positive thinking won't take you far, Sadhguru. So, I do apologize for the last video. I'm going to still leave it up because I probably said some things I didn't say the first time around. Thanks for letting me know, by the way, the person that made a comment. I have messaged you back on that. I searched for it, I swear I did, and it wasn't up there. Again, a lot of things happen throughout the day, reactions, and in life that I can't remember exactly that I react to certain videos. Again, like I said, I try to type it up in my video search just to see if I reacted to it before. Apparently, the name didn't come up, so I guess Sadhguru re-uploaded it and changed the name just a little bit, at least the first portion of it, because I just searched by the first, you know, letters and stuff, and it just didn't come up. And then whenever someone made a comment on it, I started searching all different names just to see if I could pull it up, and I did see it. Anyways, it's good to go back though and kind of go back to see if your views have changed since the first time you reacted to it. But I don't want to necessarily do that. Perhaps for certain videos, I do want to go back and redo a reaction to. I doubt it, but just to see if my views has changed on it, or whether I'm still very consistent, or why I changed my views on it. So, anyways, let's do this one. I kind of disagree with Sadhguru here, but obviously there is a fact of agreement here. Too positive thinking is a bad thing. I think if you don't think of any potential negatives or downsides to positive thinking, it could be a foolish thing to do. So, like, I think it's good to have positive thinking, but don't be, how do I say, don't be, I don't think I can think of. Don't be an idiot. Don't. I don't think that's the right word. Don't be gullible. Don't be a fool and think that nothing could go wrong. I guess that's the more appropriate one. Don't be a fool thinking that it will be positive all the time, just because of positive thoughts. Anyways, just gonna give this video a shot.
Positive thinking has destroyed many possibilities for people. The mind paves the way, but never takes you there. You still have to walk the good way.
Thought being so important is a very unhealthy way to approach life. This will give you a high, but it is not an ultimate solution to life.
This positive thinking has destroyed many possibilities for people. Positive thinking is like this. There's a poem written by a positive thinker. A little bird did fly in the sky. Shit it did in my eye. But I can neither worry nor cry because I'm a positive thinker. I thank God and pray that buffaloes don't fly.
Again, be realistic with your positive thinking. It's not a terrible thing, but don't go too far with it. And obviously, okay, what's too far? It's like it's a case by case basis, and it's hard to say this is too far or this is not far enough. But again, a little bit of a positive thinking, I think, is perfectly fine. Yeah.
I wish the buffaloes did fly and did land on all these people. Because if you're not willing to just see life the way it is, there is no way to take a step about it. Isn't it so? If you're unwilling to look at life just the way it is, you can't do anything about it. You can only mentally go on doing funny things, which can keep you entertained, but never takes you anywhere. If we are concerned about this life, it's very important that we are truthful about where we really are. Only then we can make a journey. If you just simply bullshit yourself to believe everything is fine, everything is wonderful, you must understand this. Mind can only pave the way. It's never the journey. Right now, you want to go where? You want to go to some dream place, wherever that is. The only way you can go is first you think mentally. Oh, I want to go there. I want to go there, plan, money, this, that, works. So the mind paves the way, but never takes you there. You still have to walk the big way, isn't it? So, if you sit here and think about God, think about heaven, think about spirituality, think about enlightenment, okay, paves the way. But it doesn't matter even if you laid out a super highway, till you take the journey, you don't get there, isn't it? Yes? You have the best highway laid out, but you didn't make the journey, you didn't make the journey, that's all there is. It's a wasted highway if nobody makes the journey.
So I guess from that, what I took from that is, of course, it's nice if you can get the way paid for you. That way it's a very easy way to get to wherever you're going, obviously. But I guess the problem is a lot of people have the way paid for them, but they don't ever travel the road that was paid for them. Sometimes they just change their mind, do something else, or maybe not even start in the first place.
So you need to understand what you do mentally is not reality, it is just setting the direction, but you still have to walk the distance.
Sadhguru, you once said positive thinking has some psychological relevance, but no existential relevance. Can you please expand on that?
See, in these cultures, definitely you have given too much significance to your thought process, too much. I think the Renaissance philosophers said, I think, so I exist. So that is the level of significance you've given for thought. But you tell me, from your own simple sense, you tell me, which is true? Is it because you exist you think, or is it because you think you exist? Because you exist, you think, isn't it? Because you have not known life any other way except thinking. Now you have made it all important. Now, for me, there is no thought. If I simply sit here, I will sit here without a single thought on my mind. Does it mean I'm not existing? I'm existing, absolutely existing. Because I'm existing in such a powerful way, thought is just a small happening for me. My thought is just a small happening for me in my life. I can think, it's not that I'm incapable of thinking. I can think, but still it is a very small happening because my existence is far, far bigger than my thought. Now people are trying to make their thought far bigger than their existence. Thought being so important is a very unhealthy way to approach life. Initially it'll give you the thrill because you can create a few things with your thought. See, if you generate a powerful thought, you can make certain things happen. You can have a certain power over other people and situations. This will give you a high, but it is not an ultimate solution to life. You may be effective in the world, but within yourself you're still a mess. What is the point? You want to look good in 10 people's eyes. That's not going to change the experience of your life. If you sit here, you're absolutely blissful. This is what changes the experience of your life. What somebody else thinks about you, why is it so important? Or what you think about yourself, why is it so important? Whatever you think about yourself, whatever the whole world thinks about you, has no existential relevance. Whatever you're thinking right now has no existential relevance. It is only psychological relevance, maybe social relevance, but no existential relevance. So when we say a spiritual process, we are talking about an existential dimension. not a psychological dimension, not a social dimension.
I think, I said I think. Therefore, I am. I do believe in whenever you ask that question, I guess it's because you can exist without thinking. I believe plants do, but they have no sense of. I guess what they'll say is they probably have no sense of personhood or individual free will or individualism, something along those lines. Because it doesn't think, it's just all instinctual. So it does what it needs to do to survive and reproduce, and that's about it. No thoughts required for that. So, I mean, but I mean, it's true. It's true what he says. You can exist without thought. Plants exist without thought. I believe. I don't believe plants think. If they do, let me know, because that would be a new news for me. And then animals obviously have a brain, and they do think to some degree, to some level. Most of them are instinctual as well. Again, that's our reptile brain, as they say. We have instincts as well, where we act without thinking, because it's needed for survival. And I guess that's the reason why Western philosophers, or at least the one that said, "I think, therefore I am," I believe that is the quote, is because thinking is something that's unique, relatively unique to humans. I think during that time it was believed that only humans maybe think. I'm sure there are and animals are instinctual thinkers, I guess you could say, even though they don't. It's not instinct; it's not thinking. And and also I guess the idea that we are able to recognize ourselves on a mirror is a very human or high intelligence thing, requires deeper thinking. So there are some channels out there that you can. It's very interesting. I watch a few of them. It's just you see an animal looking into a mirror and they see it as another a separate animal than themselves, or let me say they see it as another one of themselves, but not themselves. So if it's a tiger, they see another tiger there and see it as a threat, but are kind of confused when they look behind the mirror and the tiger's not there. All of a sudden, look back and the tiger's there, and they kind of get scared a little bit. But I think that's the reason why Western philosophy is about thoughts and stuff. Is because that's something I believe. Again, like I said, they believe to be unique to humans, even though I don't think it is anymore necessarily. We find out that obviously elephants do have emotion. They mourn for the death of their families and stuff and cubs. Although I do remember watching this one video of an Indian lady seeing like an elephant trap in a whale, I believe, and she got some help. They got the Indian. I can't remember. Uh, As they deal with the nature and stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but they helped out the elephant and they tried to bring the elephant back to the family because they were able to locate it. But the family just rejected the elephant, and she was kind of devastated by that. It's like, why are they rejecting the elephant? So again, it's not to say that it's not to say that animals are just pure love and joy. Obviously, there is cruelty in the animal kingdom as well. I mean, you look at lions eating other cubs because they don't want competition. They want their own lineage to survive. So cruelty exists throughout the animal kingdom, and oddly enough, I think in some non-intentional way in the plant kingdom as well, because you have trees that will cover the sun, then everything else underneath it, generally speaking, will die because they have no sunlight. But again, going back to the fact that he said thoughts is I think therefore I am kind of deal. But it's hopefully people can understand the fact that you don't necessarily have to think all the time, or because thinking can go against you, and he kind of said it a little bit here, that if your thoughts kind of go out of control, it could really affect you psychologically. And obviously we can see a lot of modern day issue with overthinking or staying in an echo chamber and having your thoughts kind of verified through echo chambers and stuff. It's very dangerous. And sometimes just needing a day to not think, to kind of ease your brain per se, to kind of clear your mind, to hopefully have a kind of fresh look on things and in in life over what you have already have a pre-thought on whatever it is. Anyways, um, again, I want to apologize about the last video, but I'm gonna try to add the original links of my first reaction to that. So if you want to watch the first one to see my thoughts or changes on the second one, if you find it, let me know. It's like, oh, you thought this one, and then the next time around you change your mind on that one. I'll be like, oh, wow. Timestamp it. But anyways, that's my reaction to why positive thinking won't take you far, Sadhguru. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.